Let's make it a good day.
Coming up today, our friends from TMZ will join us live with overnight developments and new details in the Tiger Woods car accident. And then from HGTV, our friends the Foxes are back with tips on how to be a great seller in this hot housing market. Plus, the hottest design trends of the season. And we love a good list. Today, wait till you find out the singers that turned down some of the biggest hits in music history. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Some days you're the bug and some days you're the windshield. And today I'm the windshield. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Jason Show. We are live from our studios in the Twin Cities. I love when I'm right about people. Thank you for being here. Please welcome my sidekick sister from another mister and the employee of the month at Wendy's. Ladies and gentlemen, Kendall Mark, everybody.
Hello.
How you doing?
You know what my grandma used to say about bugs and windshields?
What did your grandma used to say about bugs and windshields?
She was like the most pious woman ever.
Yeah.
And this was her one joke.
Yeah.
Well, guess he won't have the guts to do that anymore. Get it? Because the guts are over the windshield.
I've never fired her this early, but I'm
Oh,
no,
it's
not
so
yet, not yet, not
cute.
yet. Stand by. It'll happen eventually.
Stop. It's the
It
cutest
is
joke
cute.
to say to kids.
It is. It's a cute. I get a lot of, if you, on the radio show, I have a radio show on My Talk. My co-host, Alexis, loves dad jokes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm inundated with dad jokes all day long.
Well, now you have one for her that you
Yes.
won't remember, but you could try.
I could try. How you
Yeah.
doing?
I'm doing well now that I got my dad joke out.
Yeah. That's
How are
fine.
you?
You know, I'm doing really well. I had such a good, I want to say, I had such a good afternoon yesterday. It was, you know, and I was kind of getting down. I had a kind of a funky week. But yesterday I was listening to Agatha All Along from WandaVision on my radio. And I went to St. Paul to visit. You know, we've been talking all the time about supporting local. And I went to one of the great Minnesota businesses yesterday, El Burrito Mercado, in the west side of St. Paul. Melissa and her family have owned it for years. It's a great market filled with authentic Mexican goods and foods, and it's a great bar and a great restaurant. And spent the afternoon, I was working on a little project there with her, and she's delightful. And it just reminded me again, you know, I know there's good news, and we're feeling a little more optimistic, or at least we're all trying, but restaurants still need our help. And I've kind of changed my message a little bit. Maybe instead of on a weekend, maybe if you want to do takeout, do it on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you know, when restaurants aren't typically as busy. And it really does. If people think that, you know, oh, I'm not going to order a burger, it doesn't help. Every order helps. Every order helps to pay labor, helps to keep the labor on the payroll. I know a little something about this, and I just wanted a friendly reminder. And one more, if you do take out and your order's not quite perfect, maybe your fries aren't quite piping hot, just be a little patient and considerate of the crews. You know, these restaurants have had to contort quickly over the last year into takeout opportunities, and just be a little patient. They're doing literally the best they can.
Right.
So, yeah.
And when you go in somewhere, so many of those servers are just getting back on their feet again. I
Yep.
mean, we all get to go back to work and no one sees your mistakes and mess ups and little oh, I forgot about that. And so be patient with them too.
Absolutely. Be good to the people, and we want these restaurants to be around when we get on the other end of this. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Roll it. Oh, I don't have my spoon today, so I'll go like this.
Evan, you failed.
Oh, it's right there. It's fine, Evan. Evan's new. Not really. Let's get going. It's a story everyone's talking about, a cliche, but very true. Scary news dropped yesterday afternoon as Tiger Woods ended up in a really serious car accident, car crash in California. He underwent emergency surgery last night. And for more on this story, we return to the folks who know literally everything, so well-sourced. Please give it up for Michael Babcock from TMZ. Michael, a lot of news happened in the overnight and this morning. What's the latest, my friend?
Good morning. Thank you for having me. So Tiger Woods underwent surgery at UCLA in Los Angeles. A team of orthopedic surgeons were put together, and they worked on Tiger's right leg. And boy, did he have a lot of damage to that right leg as a result, of this accident yesterday. So Tiger had multiple open compound fractures to his the lower half of his right leg. Not to get too graphic, but bone protruding through skin. Excuse me. Those injuries required a rod to be put in through the tibia and the fibula to stabilize the area. Furthermore, there was a lot of damage to the ankle and to the foot. A bunch of screws and pins were needed to keep that area stabilized. So, just by the work that was done, you can kind of get a feel for how serious of a crash this was. But with all that being said, once you look at the photographs and you look at the videos of that car, despite the really serious leg injury, I don't think you can say anything else besides Tiger Woods is lucky to be alive.
I was going to say, and Michael, I'm familiar with that road just because my best friend lives out there. But this road, correct me if I'm wrong, Michael, it is really easy to really pick up speed and maintain speed on that path. Am I right on that?
You are absolutely right about that. So it's there's a really steep decline on that area, and it's also windy. And if you're not really paying attention, and the speed limit's 45, but even if you're not on the gas, you can pick up speed. That's how steep that area is. And we've talked to the law enforcement in that area, and they will tell you that is a real trouble spot for them. There are a lot of crashes in that area, some of them fatal, and I'm talking almost in the exact same spot as where Tiger crashed. So if you're not really familiar with that area, and I know Tiger grew up in Southern California, so he's somewhat familiar with the area, but if you don't travel on that road frequently, you could get yourself in a bad situation. And that's what cops are trying to figure out right now, because this happened at 7:12 a.m. It's early, but it was light out, and it was a sunny day in California. So it doesn't appear weather was a factor. Police say, they've told us, it does not appear that alcohol or any other substances were at play here, so it doesn't look like Tiger was impaired in any way. So then you say to yourself, okay, why did the crash happen, and was he speeding? And that's what they're going and trying to figure out now.
Yeah, you guys got a hold, we just showed it to the viewers, some video from your traffic management cameras of Tiger going right there. And then overnight, any tweets, any news from the overnight, Michael?
Yeah, I mean, you had President Obama and President Trump. Maybe the one thing they agree on that Tiger Woods hopefully gets well soon. You had the former presidents tweeting. You had Dwayne Wade, who was actually the day before was golfing with Tiger Woods. So a lot of celebrities coming out and wishing him well. And I'll tell you what, even in sports, understanding just how iconic Tiger Woods is, but you really don't realize how famous and how important somebody is until something like this happens. And just to see the coverage across the world and the celebrities and the fans and everyone who has been so interested in this story, it really shows you just how iconic of a person Tiger Woods is.
And it is one of those days, Michael, and you've been in the newsroom for a while. You know what it's like. You see the headline and you see that chyron, we call it, where you see the banner and you're like, oh my goodness, no. And you really, another cliche, you hope for the best and thank goodness. And now the conversation moves to, he's had so many comebacks. Can he do it again? Can he?
Yeah, Jason, I don't know. 45 years old, right, with the 5 back surgeries and the knee injuries, stuff he was already dealing with. Didn't even know if he'd be able to make it for this year's Masters, his favorite golf tournament. It's hard for me to imagine, and I hope I'm wrong about this, but it's hard for me to imagine with this serious right leg injury, him coming back and competitively golfing. I hope I'm wrong, because the sport's better with Tiger Woods in it, but even if he never steps foot on that golf course again competitively, like I said, you look at those videos and you say, this guy probably should have died, and it's fortunate he didn't.
Michael, we really appreciate having you on the show. I'm a big fan, and thank you for doing this for us today. Oh, thank you. Anytime. Thank you for having me. Thank you. Michael Babcock from TMZ. You can get the latest from TMZ at TMZ.com and, of course, TMZ on TV. It's strangely ironic. The Tiger documentary was just out on HBO about a month ago. I think I talked about it here. And 2 different individuals had kind of the same quote that I choose to kind of lean into right now as far as hope. And both of these gentlemen, and I forgot who it was, my apologies, but both said a version of, when you're dealing with Tiger Woods, the number one thing to know is you never underestimate him and you never count him out. So I'm going to lean into that. I just, he's had comebacks before, and I just hope we're going to get another one. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's had so many injuries. So one of my hobbies outside of here is golf. And so I was just sitting here thinking about your backswing and how much pressure that puts on that leg and that foot. And I'm like,
I mean, it's him, so he could do it, but whoa, that would be incredible.
I accidentally, I didn't mean to step on you there. I was blabbing. I should have shut my mouth. You said the backswing is...
Yeah, your backswing. So when you're bringing the club back, you put a lot of that pressure on that back foot, right? And then you follow through. But think about putting all of that energy and force into the ground. I mean, when you've got things in your feet and in your shin, that's...
And your back, I mean, he just had...
He already has that, right.
Yeah, I think to 2019, I was in Vegas, and I was with Colin, and watching the Masters, and I'm not, and this isn't the day for jokes about this, I'm not a sports guy, I don't understand golf, I honestly don't even know how the scoring works, but watching his comeback that day, watching the Masters in 2019, I cried, I really did. Because I've been around. I've watched Tiger. I remember his first appearance on Oprah. I remember watching his first Masters. Everybody loves a comeback story. And like he said, golf is better with Tiger Woods in it. Guys, we have a great show ahead. Go get another cup of coffee, and we'll be back right after these words. Back in a moment.
We're just getting started. Coming up next on The Jason Show. They're the hosts of HGTV's Stay or Sell. Our friends Brad and Heather Fox are here to give you the best tips on being the best home buyer. Then we can file this one in the Do We Really Need This file. A vintage video game is returning as a TV show, and I am hopping mad. And an unbelievable list of hit songs that were meant for other artists. That and more when we return.
I wish we could be here in person, but I hear that you've gotten very comfortable doing virtual press. If you know.
Yes.
Well, maybe a little too. Maybe a little too comfortable. I want to show you something. You posted this photo recently of your virtual press look. It made me laugh.
Let's have a look. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's only the waist up, man. I thought that was rad. And then Joe Russo, who the Russo brothers, who was directed you in The Avengers and your new film Cherry, decided to copy your look. And we can take a look at that.
The thing that kills me is Joe's actually got nicer legs than I do.
He does. I looked at it
his
too.
legs.
Does he shave his legs, you think?
I don't know what he does. I don't have to shave my legs because I'm like a prepubescent teenager. I haven't grown hair on my legs yet. Here, look, I'll just give you a little glance.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Tom Holland with Waldo last night.
Seriously.
That's why they only let me wear suits. They don't trust me. Our general manager, Sheila Oliver, never would trust me just to randomly wear whatever I want.
Yeah, no park ranger outfits, no Waldo suits.
No.
Nope.
Oh, I know. My little park ranger outfit.
I didn't mind
I only
it.
had 4 shirts. I mean, you're in your 20s.
Yeah.
Again, I lived off gas station chicken.
Hello.
Hello. I'm my dad's gas card. Those were the days. I love those
Weren't
days.
they?
They were really those days. I was thinking about those days recently. I loved it. New and exciting.
Yeah, I would pull up to this one gas station in Red Wing, bless their hearts, and I would just write a note, and they would send it to my dad. And eventually he was like, enough.
What is this, Green Acres? I mean,
Seriously.
You had an account? You could go up to a gas station and just say, Daddy's going to pay for this?
Yeah, it was right next to the DQ. No, I mean,
Would that work right now? Could I?
Okay, my vehicle was like, I mean, it cost like 20 cents to fill it up. And I just
What's your dad's name?
Hi, Judge Mark. For
Judge Mark. Leo, come back to me real quick. Everybody in Red Wing, go to any gas station and just say, Judge Mark will pay for it.
He's gonna kill me.
And let's see how that's gonna work today. I'm not gonna pay for this gas. Judge Mark's gonna pay for it. I heard it on that show, that Jason show thing.
Yep, didn't last super long, but I got away with it for like at least a year.
Daddy! Remember the snake on the swing? Yeah. More late night for you. Soleil Moon Frye was on Kimmel last night. She made a name for herself as a child actor, most notably as Punky Brewster. She apparently, this is awesome, she apparently videotaped much of her childhood and stashed the tapes until now. Her childhood is front and center now in a new Hulu documentary. Look at this.
would be a great documentary, even if we didn't know who you are and if we didn't know any of the other characters, but we do know all of them. I mean, it's weird. You were friends with every kid actor from the 90s. It is unbelievable. I have a list here. And the list
a small group of us.
Really long, but Mark Paul Gosselaar, Brian Austin Green, Stephen Dorff, David Arquette, Perry Farrell, Mark McGrath, Leonardo DiCaprio, Tobey Maguire, Jenny Lewis, Emmanuel Lewis, Sarah Gilbert. I mean, it goes on.
There's a lot of people. There's so many Easter eggs. You're going to have to rewind the doc like over and over and over to watch it
I
all.
was doing that. I was like, wait a minute,
Isn't that like, it's so wonderful though, because really, we had such a joyful innocence, and there was a group of us that were truly authentic friends.
Yeah, you can see that.
Okay, let me just first acknowledge we're of the same era. That is the mid-40s. That's how it's supposed to look.
Yes, Queen.
This is 82.
Oh,
This is
stop it.
But she looks that. There, you know, some people, some child stars. I'm not throwing shade, but not everybody ages well. I'm not being mean.
Right.
Soleil Moon Frye is stunning, like what I say to you, because you're stunningly beautiful.
She is, and her hair is like luscious and lovely. You see how much it reflects light?
I didn't mean to interrupt you there. And I love a good three-name person. You know, Mary Louise Parker, Sarah Jessica Parker. That's about it.
Okay. Got anything else?
Brian Austin Green.
Ah, there it is.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
We could keep going.
Hillary Rodham Clinton. Don't email me. She is a three-name person. What? Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Mark Paul Gosselaar. That's what Ted added.
Thank you. We could go on all day, but we have a show to do. Kid 90 debuts on Hulu in March. The reboot, by the way, of Punky Brewster hits Peacock tomorrow. That's right. That's my. People are new to the show. They're probably like, why is that young man screaming? That's a peacock mating call. It's the only noise, it's the only sound effect I can do.
It's very effective in the zoo.
Thank you. We're getting our, next on the disc, we're getting our first look at the new Tina Turner documentary called Tina, Come Back to the TV. This looks, come back to the TV, come out of the kitchen. It's on HBO. You need to see this teaser because Tina's the best. Look at this.
This is interview one, take one.
My mother, she used to sit in the window of the kitchen when she was making dinner on Sundays. I used to just watch her. I thought she was so pretty. One day she wasn't in that window. She was never in it again. I wanted her to come for me. And I waited. She never did. And it's all right. You know why? I'm a girl from a cotton field that pulls myself above the destruction and the mistakes.
I love her. I love a good trailer. I love a good trailer, you know that. This is a great trailer. Tina hits HBO in late March. Wow. She's just, again, a treasure. It's like Dolly Parton treasure, Betty White treasure, Tina Turner treasure. You know, she's amazing.
I think, so to be 100% honest, I never was like a huge Tina Turner fan. I wasn't but I mean, I appreciated her. I think the older I get, and the more I look at her career and the woman and like the beast she was and is.
Oh, I love that word.
I just am like, I love her now.
Kendall, and I mean this isn't our usual back and forth of like, let's make fun of the fact that you're so much younger than me. But I've said it a lot. I don't care how many more concerts I see before I get eaten by a bear. The best concert will always be Tina Turner in 1996. She was 60-ish, walking down the stairs. She came out of a golden eye because she had done the theme song to the Bond movie that year. Miss Tina Turner comes out of a golden eye, and there's a staircase below the aperture. She comes out of there. She walks down to the, she's walking down to the beat, the instrumental beat of the song, leading up to the bridge. She gets to the bottom stair, and the music ignites, and the 20-some-year-old dancers on either side of her can't keep up with her. She starts going, and there's one poor dancer on the left. I'll never forget her. Couldn't keep up. Couldn't keep up with Tina Turner. It was a live music experience like no other. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Next in the dish, an iconic arcade game becomes real life for a second time. Thanks to NBC Universal and our friends at Peacock. Yeah. Frogger will debut as a competition show. This is the fourth horseman of the apocalypse, by the way. According to the press release, contestants dodge traffic, leap over snapping.
Keep going.
Do I have to read the rest of this?
Yep.
Leap over snapping gators and hop over hungry hippos. And right about now, TV friends, you may be asking yourself, when was the first time Frogger became real life? Well, it didn't go well. Look at this.
I can do this.
By yourself?
Jerry, I've been preparing for this moment my entire life.
Looks like a frog. So do you.
Oh gosh, that's great. George on Seinfeld's attempt to save his world record failed. But meanwhile, back to this new show, NBC is casting for the game show. Unclear when it will be released.
Can we put Ted on the show?
I love that you don't even volunteer yourself.
No, I would be good
Ted
at it. No, I would be good at it.
Let's put Ted and photographer Eric in it.
Yes.
You know, both of them. Oh gosh. I don't want to think about poor Eric. Oh. Splat. It's like the old sound effect, splat.
I just think of all of Eric trying to get all the different angles and like laying on the floor underneath. And
well, as I said in the tease, do we need this? I mean, what do you mean? Are they really going to have people dodging traffic?
Well, they're going to be over hungry hippos.
I know. It's just...
I think it'll be funny, maybe.
Maybe. And is it going to be on NBC or Peacock? I guess it doesn't matter, but NBC has ninjas and it's going to be a Peacock, Ted said.
Okay.
So, okay, that's fine. I don't know.
I don't know. I think that we should set up our own little
Frogger thing.
And have you and Ted
I think that's against our insurance policy here at the Fox Broadcasting Company.
I'll talk to Sheila Oliver.
She'll be, believe me. Yeah, have fun. That won't get passed. Believe me, that will not get passed. You want to do what? You want to have Ted leap over cars?
Yep.
No.
Hungry hippos.
No. You know what? I'll watch it obviously for the show, but we don't need it. Still ahead. We do need more show though. Thinking of moving or selling your house? Brad and Heather Fox from HGTV will join us next to talk about the insane housing market. How to be a good buyer when we come back after this. Welcome back, everybody. The real estate market has been on fire, and it's still on fire with no end in sight, thank goodness. Thank goodness for home sellers. Here to talk about how to be a good buyer right now, our good friends Brad and Heather Fox from Fox Homes and HGTV's Stay or Sell. Hey, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
How you guys doing?
We're good.
We're doing great.
We're making it. Yeah.
We're making it. Off to a busy start.
Well, as I said, even with a slightly wobbly economy and the housing market, especially around here, has been pretty consistent. So if you are buying, you have a couple rules. We love a list. Number one, be patient. I know that sounds simplistic, but what specifically do you mean?
Oh, man. Expectations have to be down a little bit. You have to be patient. There is so much demand right now, an insane amount of demand and no inventory. Like, almost no inventory. So every house is getting listed and it's going into multiple offers within a day, like 20, 40 offers. We had one that was 100 showings on one property that the agent sent the message out. I mean, that's bonkers. That's absolutely bonkers. So going into this whole thing, you have got to be patient for sure.
And then I'm sure this kind of weaves into it because of that. Be prepared.
Right. Something that's shifted over the last year is that we're needing to come up with more creative offers. So some buyers are going above list by $10, $15, $20, $50,000. The interesting thing is that it still has to appraise, right? So preparing as much cash as you possibly can. I know that's easier said than done. That's definitely something that's helpful because you can make that strong offer and make up that difference in cash. Some agents are getting on our team are getting super creative. We're bringing our inspectors out to the properties with us on the showing so that we can kind of waive that inspection. It's crazy. We never advocate that we get rid of an inspection, but we're trying to clean these offers up as much as possible to be the super happy, wonderful buyers that these sellers are going to choose, because there are, 15, 20 offers. So trying to stand out and make that offer as clean as possible.
Well, not only that, but I've heard of a lot of people. I had a family member do this. Do you think those letters of showing pictures of your family and the dog, and if you have a good family story, do you think in practice those actually sway any homeowners to pick a specific couple or family?
It's really tricky. So, as a broker in the Twin Cities, we want to be careful to not sway sellers anyway based on any bad things. So we want to keep really neutral, right? So I do think though that a letter from the buyer saying how much they love the home, how much they fell in love with it, just positive things about the house itself is kind of where you have to teeter a little bit just to be safe. But I think that is a very effective way to make an impression on the seller. Although every buyer is in love with the house and, fell in love at first sight, it definitely can't hurt though. It definitely can't hurt.
Number 3 on the list, be flexible.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that it's timing. It's kind of like we talked about. We have to know that we're not going to get the house probably at list price, but also we have to get out to that house the day it lists, which is a little different than it has been in the past. So when that house hits the market, we're basically going within hours, and we're probably not the first ones at the house. So buyers right now have to be lacing up their tennis shoes, like pack a bag by the door. It's almost like going like a birth plan. You have to be ready to go to the house right when that thing hits the market. You and your agent are there as soon as possible, and you have to be ready at that showing to come up with an offer. It's not fun, and we honestly feel bad for our buyers right now, but that's just the way it is, and we're rolling with the punches and helping the buyers the best we can.
Okay.
Well, the sellers.
Oh no, go ahead, Heather. I'm sorry.
Right now.
Oh no, go ahead, Heather.
Right now.
The sellers are having fun.
Right.
Brad said buyers aren't having fun. Sellers, this is a great time to sell.
Yeah, if you've been thinking about it at all lately, now's the time. For sure.
I was going to ask, I know it seems obvious, so you would recommend if people are on the fence, do not be on the fence, sell your house right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's no inventory. So if you put your house on the market in probably anywhere in the Twin Cities or the greater Twin Cities area, my guess is it'll sell within a day or two.
But it comes back to that idea of being flexible, because after you sell, no doubt you will, it might be a challenge to find something to buy.
Right.
So maybe you sell and then you decide to rent for a year just so that you have that flexibility. So it kind of all comes around that being prepared, being flexible.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay. I have to say, I've seen you guys the music's running. I guess we're not going to break yet. I don't know what they're rolling the tease music for. Anyway, I've seen you guys a lot lately because I shameless plug, but I mean this. I love Discovery Plus. I have to admit, it's a streaming service. I was like, oh, my mom's gonna love it, but I don't know. It's probably number 3 on my list of watches. Even though you guys are on it, are you guys watching it a lot too?
Definitely are.
Yes,
yeah.
So many great shows, so much cool content. We love it. It's awesome.
Yeah, because they have so many channels they can pull from, that network overall. So there's a ton of content on there, including, should I
say or go?
So,
yeah, hello. I mean, we're all about the shameless plug as we roll video of your show there and the beautiful couch you're sitting on and the great lighting that I'm envious of. But anyway, Heather and Brad are sticking around. When we come back, we're going to be talking home design trends. Now we can run the tease music. That and more when we come back. Back in a moment, everybody.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way.
Let's make it a good day, everybody. It's easy with today's guests. We're back with my buddies Heather and Brad Fox from Fox Homes, and we're talking now home design trends. And this is, Heather will sparkle now. This is where we are in Heather's wheelhouse now. Okay, let's begin, because I love a good trend, curves and arches.
So huge right now. Everywhere. It's in furniture, it's in doorways, bookshelves, everything. We're seeing so many curves, and I love it. I'm here for it.
I saw, because Heather, people are adding, I forgot, I don't know if it was your show, but I've watched so much that but people are now adding, they're adding archways, aren't they?
Yes, totally. Doorways are becoming arched. We're doing bookcases. There we have one we just did. Beautiful curves. I mean, this whole house has lots and lots of curved pieces. And it's so cool when you see multiple two kind of working together. And you know, it's really not much more expensive. This was actually an old closet that we converted into a little bar. We took the doors off, we curved it, added some shelves, and I mean, turned out pretty cool. And then this was just in a bookcase, just adding that curvature right on the top. I mean, it adds such a statement. I'm totally here for this trend. And I hope that it's not just a trend. I hope it stays.
That one picture, that was a closet, you guys?
That's so cool. It was like their little closet in their, it was a bedroom that we converted into a dining room. So dining room, took that closet, turned it into that little bar.
That is amazing. Okay, bold rugs and runners.
Yes, okay. I love color, no lie, no secret. Color is my thing. I think that a rug is the perfect way to take a neutral space and take it to the next level. You can add personality too, so that you kind of can have your own, you know, that rug there. Maybe one person loves it, another person doesn't. It's a way to kind of like make your own little personal design statement. Find the colors that speak to you and make them work. I mean, we love vintage runners especially. I think there's so much life and personality in each and every one.
And isn't it a way to kind of warm up an overly modern space?
Yes, completely. Great point. It really does warm it up. It's soft underfoot. It's warm underfoot, especially in a place like Minnesota. I love runners. I kind of add them everywhere, to be honest.
And a question for either of you. I'm seeing, are white kitchens still real? I mean, it seems like it's been on trend for a while. Are you guys still doing a lot of white cabinets and white? I mean, is it still big?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say we see more of like people mixing it, right? So maybe a white perimeter or white lowers, white uppers. So typically it's mixed with either a wood or another color.
Yeah, it's always safe though. Like if you're wondering if you should do a white kitchen, it's not necessarily out of trend. It's just that people are adding a little more to it, but it's always going to be safe.
Well, that goes perfectly into the next thing. Mix everything.
Yes. Okay, so this is not just metals. I love mixing metals, doing different light fixtures from your doorknobs, your picture frames, everything can mix. My rule with mixing things though is that you see it 3 times within the space. So as you're looking at something and you have like that stainless steel color or the brass color or even just a matte black, making sure that you're kind of seeing it a few times in a space so that it feels like it makes sense. Yeah, we just love mixing everything. So metals are huge. The other thing is texture. So if you're looking at like a sofa, adding some fur, adding some, wool, adding some little like other textures and things kind of all together, some velvets, and we love tassels and fringes. I mean, anything that we can have to add a little bit of life and spice to a space, we're here for on our team.
And even mixing wood tones, right, Heather? That's because it used to be, it was taboo. Like you either went with silver and then you went with one wood tone. Now mixing wood tones is it?
Totally, and it's great, right? Like having a different floor, having your island top, having other woods, and again, if it's a floor, I think it kind of speaks to itself. But if it's other pieces, I do think it's kind of nice to see it multiple times in a space. But mixing, yes, and I don't think that's just a trend. It's currently on trend, but I think that's here to stay. I think people continue to mix now that it's just kind of normalized.
And final shameless plug: are you guys sitting in the Foxwell store?
Why? Yes, we are.
Are you guys open today?
We are. Thank you for asking. Is it
11 to 7?
11 to 7.
Yeah,
We can give you.
okay.
And look at this.
Oh.
Honestly, if you're looking for like a little spring and some color, and this is not even just a shameless plug, but I honestly come in here and just walk around. It's so pretty and it's calming, and I don't know. I'm
Okay.
looking for just comfort.
I will be seeing you two later today. Believe me, 11 to 7. So yes.
Sounds good.
Guys,
Thanks for having me.
thank you guys so much. Heather and Brad Fox. For more information, head to foxhomes.com, and you can find their shop, Anydyna, on Instagram. Search for Foxwell Shop. And, of course, you can see them on HGTV as well. Still ahead, everybody, we're talking some memorable songs and the singers who turned down those songs. You will not believe this list. Next. It has been 13 years. Wow. Since we first heard that debut single from Lady Gaga. But did you know she almost didn't sing the song? Welcome back. Former Pussycat Dolls singer Nicole Scherzinger, I got it right finally, claims she passed on the iconic song while with her former group. Really? You may be surprised about which famous songs were meant for someone else, like this hit from 1985. My mom is smiling right now. Whitney Houston made How Will I Know famous, but it was actually written for Janet Jackson, and her management passed on it.
So she didn't even.
Her management said no. Allegedly.
Fascinating.
But look, and let's be clear, Miss Janet had enough hits herself right then.
Yes.
But that song, can't imagine anybody but Whitney.
No.
And I've played it here on the show before. If you want to be like, Google raw track, How Will I Know? It's Whitney Houston's raw track. She did it in one take. You'll cry, you'll pass out, and you'll wake up tomorrow. How will I know? Because I've heard it. Janet also passed on Britney Spears' I'm a Slave for You, but it seems Britney missed a big song as well. Really? Producers wrote Umbrella as a comeback single for Brit Brit, but her label rejected it, saying they had enough songs for her album Blackout. Really? Did you fire that management immediately after that decision? It went to Rihanna and it ended up earning her a Grammy. ... As I said at the beginning of this broadcast, sometimes the universe works as it's supposed to. And the universe wanted Rihanna to sing that song.
Yeah, it seems like with a lot of these, those were songs that were given to people who were already really big, and then people who were kind of getting there got that song then and blew up.
And if I may tie this story to a story earlier in the show, if you want to be, again, Peter Parker?
Yeah.
Tom
Holland?
Tom Holland. Go Google him on Lip Sync Battle, and him doing Umbrella will knock your socks off. Because he's a dancer. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, I didn't know
He
that.
was a dancer. He was in the UK on stage as Billy Elliot, which is about a male ballerina, a young boy that wanted to do ballet. And he's an incredible dancer, and he shows it in that clip. So there you go. Jason's giving you 2 YouTube things today. Britney almost missed out on one of her biggest songs. Okay, so Toxic was first offered to Kylie Minogue. Locomotion, the locomotion. But Kylie turned it down.
I can't imagine anyone else but Brit Brit singing
No,
that.
and that's such a good video.
I know. Iconic.
Yeah, that outfit, the flight attendant. I mean, just, yeah.
And the sparkle suit.
Please make sure your tray tables are up. Next, one of the biggest romantic ballads of the late 90s makes this list. Look at this. Sing it. Aerosmith had a huge hit with I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, but songwriter Diane Warren wrote it for Celine Dion, who passed. And did you know, look closely. I'm going to tell you something. Just look at the performance area right there. Do you notice something? Well, now I say that, now it's not on there anymore. The portion of the music video was filmed downtown Minneapolis at the Armory. And if you look at it, you'll be like, oh yeah, there's the Armory.
That's one that, that's one that you can't even, like,
No.
I can't hear Celine singing it
No.
because of Aerosmith.
Finally, one of Kelly Clarkson's signature hits, look.
But since you've been gone, I can't breathe for the first time. I'm so moving on, yeah.
Since You've Been Gone earned Kelly a Grammy in 2006. Hilary Duff turned down the song because she couldn't hit the high notes. Pink also passed.
Ooh.
I can't imagine either. That's Kelly.
Yeah, people butcher that song at karaoke.
Yeah.
Have you ever, like, people want to sing that because it's such
They
a,
can't.
like, you butcher it.
No, just stick to Summer Lovin'. We'll be right back, everybody. Back in a moment. Summer Lovin', hand me a blast.
Summer loving.
We're having fun in the studio today in the commercial break, and I'm running around like a little gay chicken with my head cut off. And I thought we were doing something else here, and I wanted to go get the bubblegum thing. And Jeff, moments before he came back there, he goes, "Sit down!" You can stay connected with our show on social media. Check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Just search for Jason Show TV. I love my job. We'll be right back. Stay with us, everyone. Can I get up now? Go out there and be yourself, kid. Welcome back. Having fun today, man. Okay, so today is a fun day. I always know there's a holiday for everything. This is a cool one, though. Today is a day to celebrate a TV show that is now a legend, a cult favorite. Today is Twin Peaks Day, a celebration of the day that the character, Agent Dale Cooper, arrived in the town when the show first aired on ABC some 31 years ago. It was a legendary show. It aired for 2 seasons on ABC before returning as a limited series on Showtime in 2017. And in honor of Twin Peaks Day, here's a look back at one of the promos for the show that aired before its premiere. Look.
Coming Sunday, April 8th.
She's dead. Wrapped in plastic.
11:30 a.m., February 24th. Entering the town of Twin Peaks.
The Los Angeles Times says Twin Peaks is certainly like nothing else on television.
As W.C. Fields would say, I'd rather be here than Philadelphia.
The Washington Post calls it unprecedented. This you gotta see.
Bobby, did you kill Laura Palmer?
Sunday, April 8th, from David Lynch, Twin Peaks.
Legendary. It was a show a lot of folks, including myself, consider way before its time. You got to put yourself back into network television in 1990 to really grasp what I'm talking about. This show was really very dark, very twisted. It was David Lynch, and you never, another cliche, you never saw something like that on network television before. If Twin Peaks was to air today on a streaming service, it would be a monster hit. Or it wouldn't be considered that different. Back in the 90s, when 1990 was Full House and Family Matters and Home Improvement and Murder, She Wrote, this comes on and you're like, what? Network TV didn't put on shows like this. Bob Iger, the former head of Disney, was the head of ABC. He greenlit this show for that very reason. He said there's nothing like it. Everyone will watch the premiere. They did. There were creative struggles, and then it died in season 2. So there we go. Happy Twin Peaks Day. Find your favorite log lady today. Tomorrow on the show, we'll be joined by a young actress who appeared in the movie Urban Star. Go to Vista Del Mar. Take that, haters. Plus, Dax Holt is back with us. that is going to do it for us today. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself, because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Have a great day, and it is a good day. And we'll see you tomorrow, everyone.